Jardín Reforma, Plaza de la Paz, Plaza de Los Angeles, Zona de Restaurantes. That should work. And I'll show some of the street food here because there's the enchiladas that I had yesterday. I think this is the same enchiladas in Merida. So you can see like the carrots and potatoes. It's a local dish. And then up here is the restaurant zone. Alright, we got Restaurante El Claustro, Jardín de la Reforma, so I think that is this garden and plaza here. Restaurante El Rincón de Fausto, which for some reason has a rope across it, so I guess they're full up or have a private function or something. Too bad. We got some good looking stuff here. Taco de camarón, that is shrimp taco. Salads, hamburgers, soups, pastas, carnes, fish and seafood. And then the enchiladas mineras, 150 pesos. That is about $8 there. So maybe I'll try this one. They got more Mexican food, it looks like, and better prices. Check out this place. And so the meal comes with bread and salsa, and then I ordered a guacamole and chiaquillas, chicken chiaquillas with beans. Gracias. Guacamole with chips. Chiaquillas?
Sí.
Sí? Muchas gracias. All right, look at that. That looks amazing. With beans and chips. All right. And I'll put a little guacamole on there. And so it turns out chiaquillas are basically nachos. I thought there was going to be some sort of a like wrapped thing underneath, something, you know, a tortilla or whatever containing the chicken, but the chicken is loose right there, and then it's chips and the beans on the side, and then sour cream and kind of some like cheese there, and that's basically it. So it's just kind of a different configuration of nachos, but it's really good. Gracias, señor. Muchas gracias. Bien, bien. Thank you.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
¿Va a pagar el niño, señora?
Restaurante El Claustro, really cool place there. And now back to the actual beginning of the video, the unedited walkthrough of Guanajuato here. One of the many tunnels here in Guanajuato. Apparently some of the tunnels were actually rivers, I guess like underground rivers that they converted into tunnels. You can see some signs over here to various cities nearby. Silao, Leon. I flew into the airport at Silao, which is about halfway between Guanajuato here and Leon. And then over on the right you can see D Hidalgo, that is Dolores Hidalgo. And Hidalgo is a very, very important figure in Mexican history because he basically started the revolution. Hola! The Mexican Revolution against the Spanish in the town of Dolores Hidalgo, which had a different name, and then they changed it to Dolores Hidalgo to honor Hidalgo. So some Mexican history there. And check out this vehicle here. Low rider. That one is really low. I was walking past it before and it kept scraping the ground. All right, so I'm going to hola, ¿cómo está? So I'm going to walk through the streets of Guanajuato here. You can see all this traffic. I guess it is because of Semana Santa, the Holy Week leading up to Easter. And Guanajuato here is a important city in the area. It is the capital of Guanajuato state. And it is a incredibly beautiful city. So many plazas and parks, and in a second you'll see more of the winding maze of lanes that make up the city center, and I'm going to walk through it now. Going to do my best to capture some different parts of the city than what I showed in my other videos. But I'm going to make this a unedited clip, just cruise through the city. I walked up from this way before and saw some really cool things to see along the way. So just going to walk through here, give a taste of a Mexican city with a lot of people in it because of the holiday celebrations going on. And so it is a great example of Mexican culture. Check this out, how there's streets that go under streets and the tunnels. There is a funicular that goes up to one of the hills here and gets you great panoramic views. I will try to show more of the city in the next day or two, depending on how much longer I stay. I'm here another 2 nights at least, and might stay 1 night more. I found a reasonably priced room, less than $40, with a spectacular view of the city. I showed that in another video. And so it's a bit cheaper, at least, than the beach destinations that I was at before. Looks like I'm not sure exactly if it's, yeah, movies. I actually just saw that movie. Hola. I saw that movie a couple of weeks ago. Trying to think what it was called. The Highwaymen, with Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson. Good movie. I'm not sure what that guy yelled at me. It might have been, "Go away, we're having lunch." I don't know, but they were having lunch there. Looked like, you know, a family basically, and so it's must be a family business, and it is lunchtime. And so Guanajuato is a touristy town, but it is more of a Mexican destination, it seems, as opposed to San Miguel de Allende, which I will go to next. And I'm curious to see the contrast. I think it's going to be very, very different. because San Miguel de Allende is a popular expat destination. But I was looking at an article online about the most beautiful cities in Mexico, and San Miguel de Allende was number 1. Guanajuato here was like number 3 or 4. And so some places are touristy for a reason, and sounds like San Miguel de Allende is one of those places. And so here we have a couple of statues. Let's see if I can figure out who these guys are. Homenage del Pueblo y del Gobierno de Guanajuato. So I think it's saying 2 people, one of whom is the governor of Guanajuato. Homenage del Pueblo, something of the city, like home of the city. A Cervantes con motivo de Corto Festival Internacional Cervantino, Guanajuato, 1976. So it seems to be referencing a international festival that happens here. I'm not exactly sure if that is related to these guys on the, well, one guy's on a horse, another's on a donkey there. And I'm sure some people can tell me who they are, but I'm going to keep on walking. I got a long ways to go, so this might be a long video. There is a lot to see. This city just kind of goes and goes. And so the city was established by the Spanish in the 16th century as a mining town. A very important mining town. It actually provided 20% of the entire world's silver. Street closed for festival. Jorge Negrete. And so 20% of the entire world's silver production came out of this town, the mine in this town, for like more than 2 centuries. And also gold. All right, now this is the way that I came from before, but this looks a little more happening. I'm just wondering if I can get back on my route if I go this way, but we shall see. Miguel de Cervantes. Year I was born, 72. and a tiny little tunnel here. Let's pop down there and just see what's down there. Okay. Wow. That is an interesting home there. That is a trip. That looks like a residential home right there. I wonder when it was built. Gotta be several hundred years ago. Teatro Juarez Theater. All right, cool. One of these classic old buses. This is some history here, man. These have been here for a long time, these old city walls. Very cool. I was not expecting those stairs would lead to that. I thought it was just going to be like a kind of a dead end or like a shop or something. I mean, not that they would build this to a dead end, but I don't know. Just wasn't expecting what I saw there. Reposado Tequila. Sorry. All right. Keep on cruising. And once again, I am getting pretty hungry here, and so I'm going to be looking for somewhere to eat. And on that subject, I thought that I would answer a question people often ask, which is like, why don't I go to more sort of street food and little local, like hole-in-the-wall type of places. I often show the kind of nicer restaurants. Wow, speaking of which, well, it's a hotel and I guess also a restaurant. Hosteria de Fraile. Hosteria de Fraile Hotel. So there's a practical reason why I tend to choose nicer restaurants to eat at. The reason is I have to edit videos. I post these videos while I travel. I'll answer that question as well. People will sometimes, wonder how recent are my videos posted after they're filmed, and they're posted very, very soon after filming. And the reason is because I edit as I travel, and so I have to find time to edit videos, which takes many, many hours. And so that's the part of, this job, which is like the best job in the world, but the people don't see. You just see me having the adventure. You don't see all of the editing that goes into the videos. Now, this video is an exception. Okay, I recognize where I am for a change. This is where I started my night video from. That was just last night. And then I ran into a couple of my viewers over here. That doesn't happen all that often, but that was cool. That was like right here, and so that orients me as to where I am. And it's getting really crowded now. This is a central, I think this might be like basically the central square of Guanajuato, with these sculpted trees providing lots of shade. Really nice. And then a little park. And then some nice shaded restaurants over here. Now at least it is day instead of night, and so even if I kind of show some places that I showed yesterday, it's a little different with the day view. So I'll keep on walking down this way. And so, as I was saying, then editing videos takes a lot of time, and so I have to incorporate that into my travels. It's a completely different thing. All right, let's cruise down here and just take a look. Then if you're just traveling and just you wake up in the morning and say to yourself, what do I want to see today? Where do I want to go? Hola. Versus if you wake up and you know that you are 2, 3, 4, 5 videos behind and you need to get cracking and get some work done, and you don't just jam it out in 30 minutes, it takes hours, all depending. That is the advantage of these unedited videos, is they're a lot less work. Sometimes even these ones I'll do a fair amount of cutting, and that can even take hours. If it's 20, 30 minutes long and I decide to go through and trim it up, that can take a while. But I'm hoping that this one will be less work if things are interesting enough that I don't really have to make cuts. Hamburguesa de pollo, chicken hamburger, 2 for 90. That is not US dollars, that is the Mexican peso. So that's like $4.50 for 2 chicken burgers, so pretty good deal. And so, getting to my point finally, then the reason that I tend to find nicer restaurants, and that's what I will do now, is try to find just a nice kind of relaxing place where I can kick back and get a drink and hang out there for a while, maybe 2-3 hours, and get some work done. And that's not going to happen at like a small little local busy kind of a place. And so I'm usually looking for somewhere to have dinner, especially somewhere that I can hang out for a while and not too loud and not too crazy, and where they're not expecting people to just like pop in, eat, and then get out of there, but are okay with someone sticking around for a while. So, little explanation there. I am, perfectly happy to eat street food and whatever, but I just have to factor that in. All right, back on the main busy street here. Oxo, good convenience store there if you're looking for drinks and snacks and stuff. It's like the Mexican 7-Eleven. these are the same guy from last night. Really awesome, like death costume.
50.
Esta Mari, ¿quieres tomarte una foto allá?
¿Con tu Sony? Sí, o sea, y otras te las pasamos las mismas.
All right, head a little bit further down this way. And then time for me to find something to eat. Medieval festival, that sounds really awesome.
Tenemos la callejoneada.
Wow, look at that oven. See, now this would be a definitely a very interesting place to have lunch, but I'm not going to get any work done on the computer there. So I'm not sure if I was here. Yeah, I think maybe I was in the first video. Yeah, okay. That's the churros place that I showed before. So this is getting a bit redundant here, but I do want to get down to the end down there and just see if I can see a bit of a view of like the hills, because there's that's right, this is the market that I was at, but I didn't go past here, so I'll go a little bit further.
Estamos invitando a pasar a toda la gente linda de Guanajuato, capital, y a todos mis amigos turistas. Pasen, por favor.
Yeah, it really opens up here. So I guess I've basically walked kind of all the way across the center of the city, the old city. And the narrower lanes, and then here it's opening up a bit, but still, obviously, old buildings here. I wonder if this is the main bus station. I'm going to need to take the bus to San Miguel de Allende in a couple of days. Haven't figured out how to do that yet. Maybe a colectivo, a shared van, or a bus. Such a fascinating city though. Just amazing. And it just keeps going and going. Well, I gotta end this video somewhere. All right, get up to this last little, looks like a kind of a plaza or something.